coming. What do you want? Actually, wait. Let me guess. You're going to say that your car broke down. You couldn't get any cell reception, and you wanted to see if I have a landline. I'm psychic. No, not really. This makes the third time this week someone's had this happen. First time it was the middle of the night, though. What were you even... never mind. I don't care. Just come inside. You can use the phone. I want to get back to bed. Yeah, you're welcome and all that. Just don't try anything funny. I have it. Yeah. Taser. I have a taser. What the hell, man? I just let you in to use the phone, and you don't even wait 2 seconds before trying to grab me? Serves you right. Wait. How are you still standing? And why are your eyes glowing? Red? Oh, shit. You can't be a vampire. Vampires aren't real. Yes, I can see the fangs. You know what? Screw this. To get some firewood, some of it has to be sharp enough to work as a stake. And he's in front of me. Great. Because a vampire has super speed. Why not? I think there's a knife in this room anyway. Hey! No! Bad vampire! Stay over there. Oh, good. A knife. Now I can... Hey! That was rude. You don't just knock stuff out of someone's hand like that. Who taught you manners? So what if it's a knife? It was still rude. Thank you for apologizing. You're slightly forgiven. Now get out of my house. Of course it works like that. You need permission to enter. Permission revoked. Begone, fiend, and all that. Naturally. All right. I've got a rosary upstairs. Just give me a second. No? In that case, some garlic in the kitchen. Damn. I really have to stop announcing my plans out loud. You say that, but I don't actually trust you to not kill me. Well, you don't get any blood. In fact, I don't care if you have super speed. I can keep this table between us all night. You're not getting... Hey! If you scratch my floorboard, there's going to be hell to... Oh, you're very large. Oh, wait, no, please don't bite me. I don't want to be... No. You... stopped? So, now you're not going to bite me? What? My blood's not good enough for you? No, this is fine. But why? 1 second your fangs are at my throat, the next you're telling me you can't? Is this some kind of vampire impotent? Sorry. But again, why? You didn't want to hurt me? You came here for blood, and you don't want to hurt me. How does that make sense? Oh, I wasn't supposed to be that scared. Well, let me tell you something, buddy. Wait, is that it? Yeah, okay. Fine. I didn't see anything. There definitely wasn't a tear sliding down your face just now. Nope. For real, though. Are you crying? Because you don't get to drink blood tonight? Seriously? What do you mean memories you couldn't have... Oh. You were human once, weren't you? No, you don't have to talk about it. Just, what do you usually do if you need blood to live? You can't feed on people regularly if you get this sappy over one scared country girl, right? A blood bank. Oh, I suppose that makes sense. Wait, your car actually broke down? I thought that was a lie to get in the door. Damn, they really need to fix that stretch of road. How often do you drive there then? It can't be more than once a week if you weren't expecting to have to change a tire. Twice a year? That is way less than I would have expected. Damn if you don't have the worst timing for it. Wait, as long as you can. That doesn't sound healthy. Are you starving yourself? Why? Well, yeah, people need that blood, but apparently so do you. How often do most vampires drink? Once a week? And you feed twice a year? What the hell? How does that even work? Shouldn't you be dead or in some kind of blood frenzy? You're telling me that you're on the edge of starving to death right now, and the only reason I'm still alive is your self-control? Well, that's good to know. Oh, God, and I teach you about vampire impotence. Wait a minute. Are you really going to die if you don't get blood tonight? Oh, yeah, you were crying for more than one reason. How poetic. Get up. Come on. We're driving to the blood bank. What do you mean not enough time? We have plenty of time. It's that... Well, not exactly late. It's that early? Hell, do vampires burn in sunlight? I figured. Just checking. Hold up. Why can't you just, super speed your way over there? You were whooshing around the house like nobody's business earlier. The more you do that, the hungrier you get. Oh, God, and I made you... I'm so sorry. I know I didn't know. That doesn't make me feel less guilty. What can I do? Animal blood? Would animal blood work? Inedible. Of course it's inedible. Life as a vampire is kind of rough, huh? Granted, it would be less rough if you were willing to feed off of humans. I guess there's nothing for it then. You'll have to drink from me. Well, I know you don't want to. I don't want you to either, but it's better than you dying. I know we don't know each other. It doesn't mean I'm okay with letting you die. You think I want that on my conscience? No. So just drink from me. How are you still resisting? Aren't you currently starving to death? According to you, by all rights, you should have drained me dry by now. That was... I didn't mean that. Please don't drain me dry. Okay, good. Living is good. Passing out, less than good, but as long as I'm alive, fine. Would you bite me already before I lose my nerve? I don't care if you don't think you're worth it. Do it anyway. Of course it'll hurt. You're sinking fangs into my skin. Stop trying to convince me to take it back and just... Oh. Why did you stop that? That felt good. Whoa, dizzy. Wait. Didn't you say it would hurt? Hasn't anyone ever told you how nice it is? Oh, that was your first? How cute. Maybe you just wanted it to feel good. And it did. Oh. Sleepy now, though. No. Don't leave. You have to put me to bed. Who else is going to tuck me in? Please. You kind of owe me. Yay. Oh, stairs. That's going to be a... Whoa. Oh. You caught me. Thanks. Carrying me up the stairs. This is nice. No. Move that pillow over so it's like a little fort. There. Nope. Can't leave. Come here. There we go. Like a big teddy bear. Not leaving. You can stay the night? No, that doesn't work. You can stay the day. We'll talk more in the evening. Good evening. Oh, wasn't expecting you up this early. Sun's barely gone down. I made breakfast. Oh, you can eat human food, right? Not just blood. Oh, good. This could have been awkward otherwise. Could have been. Huh, nothing. Only... Here. I didn't know what you liked, but I figured I couldn't go wrong with bacon and eggs. That's okay, right? You're not, like, vegan or anything. What am I saying? Vegan vampire, he literally drank blood last night. Oh, you like it? I'm glad. S- uh, 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 um, uh, uh, I am not fidgeting. I, I am, aren't I? I'm sorry. I'm just nervous. I haven't exactly done this before. I haven't made breakfast for a man before, let alone a vampire. But vampire, let's focus on that. You're a vampire. I didn't dream that, did I? Because it felt so real and so good. But the more I think about it, the less I think it could have actually happened. Because everyone knows that this doesn't actually happen. Because the supernatural isn't real, and it really happened. You're really a vampire. You promise? Okay, good. The glowing eyes makes this feel a little more believable. I'm not crazy. Uh, in that case, I have questions. You can't be the only vampire, right? There are others out there? I could buy hiding in plain sight. You don't look too different from a normal human. Just a lot more attractive. But how do most vampires feed? Wouldn't there be news stories about constant raids on blood banks? Oh, I am not okay with that knowledge. Guess I should be glad I met you then, huh? Wow. All right, I don't want to think about that anymore. I had other questions. Are vampires the only things out there? The only supernatural things? A whole world? Fae? Wizards? Demons? How in the... Uh, you know what? No, that's too much to deal with right now. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Uh, Other questions. I know I had some. Ah, can't vampires hypnotize people? Why didn't you just look at me and bam, trance? Well then, how is that a useful power? If it takes 10 minutes to do anything, you could only hypnotize someone who's willing to be hypnotized. That defeats the whole point. I guess. So, my memory gets a little fuzzy after you took the bite. But I think I remember you saying you didn't know it would feel good. Did it not feel good when you were bitten? Oh, wait, I just remembered. I need to know. Does one bite turn someone into a vampire? Am I going to be like you? Because I don't think I could handle that. I promise I'm not trying to be offensive. I just answer the question first. Oh, thank God. I'm sorry. It's not that being a vampire is a bad thing. It's not about you. I just couldn't. Well, I don't think I'd. Okay, okay, good, good. I didn't want to be rude. Huh? What didn't? Oh, it didn't feel good when you were bitten. Well, then why did it feel good for me? For that matter, why did it feel that good for me? It almost felt like I was drunk. Narcotic venom. Drugs in your fangs? There are drugs in your fangs. That's why it felt so good. Huh. Oh. Oh, you wanted it to feel good for me. That's uh, uh actually kind of sweet. Mm. And I suppose I did tell you to feed on me. I can't be mad about what happened after. Um, Speaking of what happened after, uh, we didn't do anything, did we? I don't remember anything like that happening, but I woke up next to you and all, and everything's just so blurry. Oh, okay. Good. That'd be a terrible way for it to happen. I would. Like a teddy bear. I said that? Listen, I'm sorry. You thought it was cute. You think I'm cute? But I don't. Thank you. I think you're cute too. Oh, okay. Enough. I get it. I get it. You think I'm cute. Stop complimenting me. It's nice to hear, but please, thank you. All right. I called a tow truck while you were still sleeping. There was only one car with a flat 5 miles up the road from here, so I assumed it was yours. I have to say, nice car. I didn't peg you for an Aston Martin guy. Guess it makes sense that vampires would have money. Immortality makes for a lot of compound interest, huh? Mm. Then whose is it? Why would the vampire that turned you let you use her? Her car. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how did she die exactly? Oh, uh, may I ask why? She what? For how long? A year, and you couldn't even. Oh, I am so sorry. You should never have had to go through that. No wonder you couldn't bring yourself to bite me last night. Seeing me afraid must have... Oh, well, it's all over now. She's gone. She is gone, right? Because I've heard about vampires coming back. Not from holy water. Okay, good to know. Not that I'd ever use that information. I'm not going to hunt vampires or anything. I was just thinking it. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I'm glad you understand me. So, this is it? You drank your fill? Now you disappear back into the night, never to return for another 6 months? You didn't drink your fill. Why not? Do you need more? Do you need more from me? Oh, okay. Thank you for holding back from killing me. I appreciate it. How much blood do you need, though, if you can't get enough from me? Oh, how specific. A lot. Incredibly helpful. Okay, so you can be specific. That is many pints. That is more pints than there are in the human body. So, you still have to get to the blood bank? All right, so you'll do that. But what then? Do we just never see each other again? I don't think I want that. Yes, I'm starting to like you. First impression notwithstanding. Don't ruin it. Well, you're a good person. You don't have to be human for that to apply. You're supposed to hurt people to live. And most of your species does just that, but not you. You found a better way, even if it's a way that's worse for you. We still need to talk about you starving yourself, but doing that instead of attacking humans is, well, noble. It's hard not to respect. Especially since you had the self-control to hold to that even when you were dying. That, and you're the hottest guy I've ever seen. Of course I mean it. You literally would have rather died than hurt me. After my last boyfriend, that's nice. Oh, nothing much. He just got kind of aggressive when I said I didn't want to sleep with him. Nothing came of it, and he's out of my life now. He just makes someone like you refreshing. No, you don't need to hunt him down. That wouldn't help anything. I appreciate the offer, though. For real, though, what's your plan? You could just leave, drive away, and never look back. This doesn't have to mean anything to you. I don't have to mean anything to you, other than that one friendly human who helped you out of a jam. I wouldn't even blame you for leaving. You didn't want to be here in the first place. It was just bad luck that your car broke down. You don't want that? Then, uh, then you want to just come back for blood again? It would be useful for a vamp like yourself to have a willing human whenever you need a drink. If you wanted that, I'd be willing. I know that. Not that either? Then. You what? You want to go on a date? With me? Are you sure you don't have to feel like you have to repay me for... Oh. Okay, may I ask why? Well, that isn't... I'm not that... Would you stop? I didn't let you have my blood because I'm some wonderful human being, okay? I just didn't want you to die because of me. I was being selfish, if you really think about it. I suppose that's another way to look at it, yes. But... And now you're back to calling me cute. If you're trying to embarrass me, it's not going to work. I am not blushing. Oh, you are insufferable. Yes, of course I want to go on a date with you. Yeah, all right then. We can do that. You know, we've been here for a while now. You might not be able to make it to the blood bank before sunrise. Oh. In that case, let me give you my phone number. You do have a phone, right? Vampires can have phones? Well, I didn't think you couldn't, but it doesn't hurt to check. I mean, y'all can't even use mirrors. Okay, sorry. Well, I guess this is goodbye for now. Go, drink blood, keep yourself alive. I expect a call very soon. And then I can hold you like a teddy bear again. Ha ha! That time you blushed. I saw it. Oh, where is he? Did he stand me up? No. No, he wouldn't have. There's no way. He liked me, right? Yeah, he did. Oh God, what if he didn't like me? No, can't think like that. He likes me. And we set up a date. And he's going to meet me soon. I just have to... Oh! Don't sneak up on someone like that. You almost gave me a heart attack. Don't smirk like that. Being that quiet on your feet is just plain rude. And what took you so long anyway? I've been waiting for you for ages. 5 minutes? Early. You know what? Never mind. Let's just go inside, shall we? So, oh. No, I just realized I don't even know your name. You never told me. I've just been calling you Fangs in my head. Am I going on a date without knowing your name? I mean, yeah. I guess it never came up. Still, making me question my decision-making skills. Okay, yeah. A blind date. I can think of it like that. A blind date, except that I already know that I'm gonna like the guy that I'm going on a date with. That works. What? Oh, that's your name. Wait, really? No. It's not a bad name. It just, it doesn't really fit you. Sorry, that was rude. I shouldn't have said that. I have this bad habit of. Hmm? Like what? Well, okay then. Fangs. And let's treat this like a real blind date, shall we? I'm Dreamy. Lovely to meet you. Oh, menus, thank you. I think I'm okay with water. How about you? Yeah. Probably best to stay sober tonight. We're fine for now, thanks. So, what's it like being a... Wait. No, we can't talk about that here. What if somebody overhears? There's so many people around, of course someone would hear. Oh, well, that's true. I don't know what people at the table next to us are talking about. What if somebody's eavesdropping? People will really be that oblivious? Wow. I guess that explains how an entire world stayed hidden all this time. If no one wants to believe in it, it just kind of isn't there. So, being a vampire, I know I asked a lot of questions before, but what is it actually like? Like, how does it feel? It has to be different from being human, right? It really feels like all of that. That's amazing. Oh. 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 Well. Alright. Maybe amazing wasn't the right word. Thank you for telling me that, though. You looked like you needed to get that off your chest. Alright, I can't wait any longer. I haven't been able to stop thinking about the things you said before. Wizards? You said there are wizards? Does that mean humans can do magic? Oh, wow. Does that mean I could? Oh. Well, there's a whole slew of childhood dreams back down the drain. No. Don't be sorry, it's not your fault I wasn't born with magic powers. I'm just grateful to you for telling me about it. So what else is out there? You mentioned demons, right? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot of different things. Wait, dragons? Dragons are real? Have you ever met one? Oh, that's sad. Absolutely, I do. Dragons are awesome. Yeah, of course they. I mean, nowhere near as awesome as vampires. You guys are a cut above the rest. The way you whoosh around at hyperspeed and turn into bats? Inspirational. What do you mean you can't turn into a bat? That's like the most useful power. You could fly. Alright. I guess the law of conservation of masses is pretty hard to circumvent. What? What am I dying to ask? No, I'm not going to ask if you sparkle. What am I, like 14? Please. Good. Now, tell me more about wizards. I want to know everything human magic can do. You don't have to be an expert to know more than I do. I'll be happy with anything you can share. Oh, wow. That sounds incredible. People can really do all that? Do you know any wizards? Can you introduce me? Oh, well, sure. There are protocols, but we can deal with that. Oh my god, I can meet a wizard? I can meet a wizard, and then I can meet other supernatural beings, maybe even see a dragon. And Fangs, it would be you who did all of this for me. Alright, wait. Is something wrong? You just look kind of off. Like something's wrong, but you don't want to talk about it. What is it? No, it's not nothing. Whatever you're feeling, it's not nothing. Well, you were fine earlier. Something's changed around when I started asking about magic. Oh, that's what it is. No, I know you're fine with explaining that stuff, but that's not all you want to do, is it? Oh, I'm dumb. I was focused on the fact that you're a vampire, and I forgot the fact that you're... you. A person. Not a font of knowledge or curiosity. I must seem like a real jerk right now, huh? Like, I only want to talk to you because you're a vampire. Well, not anymore. Nope. No more supernatural stuff tonight. This is a date, and I want to act like it. So, small talk. No, that isn't worse. Look, I'm not the best at it either, but come on. It's a time-honored first date ritual. There has to be something to it, right? Here, I'll start. What's your favorite color? All right. I probably could have guessed red. Mine's blue. It reminds me of the ocean. Now you ask a question. Oh, good one. I'm not sure what my favorite type of music is. Is it too much of a cliche to say country? Oh, really? I'm not sure if I listen to anything like that. Any songs you particularly recommend? I'll definitely check that out then. And see? This small talk thing is easy. You just have to have fun with it. What's your favorite book? Yes! I love that series. It's one of my all-time faves. You have very good taste. I know, right? You can't even hate the bad characters because everyone's so well written. And the climax of the second book, I mean, it's pretentious to say life-changing, but it stays with you. I couldn't stop crying for 3 hours. 3 hours! And you're telling me that wasn't the best part of the series? All right. I can concede that the third book was indeed spectacular. But... Oh, yes. I think we're ready to order. You're ready, right? Oh, that sounds good. I'll have the salmon. And can I get a side salad with that? I think that's it for now. Thank you. I mean, I don't know. How do you think this night is gonna end? I have. Like what? No. I was staying sober because it's our first date. Yeah, you don't get drunk on a first date. Everyone knows that. Really? I ordered foods that are good for recovering blood, huh? How interesting. I didn't even know that there were foods that could do that. Why don't you tell me some more about that? What? No. I didn't even consider you biting me. Why would I have thought of that at all? No. It's not okay. Because this is the night that we're just people going on a date. Nothing supernatural about it. I need to prove that I don't just like you because you're a vampire. But I do feel like I do. I don't want this to be only about one thing, and I definitely don't want to be weird about the fact that you have fangs. Are you sure? It's not weird that I was thinking about it. It doesn't feel wrong or like I'm being presumptuous or anything. Okay. Okay, that's good. So... is that how this night's going to end? Because I wouldn't have any objection to that. If you need a drink, you need a drink. Well, no. It hasn't been very long, but Long enough for you to get hungry, surely. And long enough that it wouldn't hurt me to take more. But please don't tell me you're going to stay on that starvation diet. We both know it isn't good for you. You didn't hurt me, did you? And that was when you were on the verge of death. What makes you think you'd hurt anyone at all if you were less hungry? So you won't be moved on this at all? You're just gonna keep starving yourself and raiding blood banks? No, I understand. I don't agree, but I understand. And I can promise right now that however you want to do this, I will be here for you. Not that well, no. But I know you well enough to know that I want to be there. And I know that I want to get to know you better. That makes me really happy. Thank you. Okay, calm down, Romeo. There's no need for pickup lines. No matter how smooth the delivery, we're already on a date. You know what? You're right. Let's make it a date to remember. All right. Enough with the cheesy lines. You've already got into my bed once, remember? And now that made your eyes glow. Fond memories of being a teddy bear? Wait. What do you mean my neck's turned on? What's that supposed to... Fangs? What do you mean by that? That is not reassuring. Oh, Lord. What have I gotten myself into? Hello, Cupcake. We're going to do things a little differently today. Instead of the usual role play, I'm going to tell you something of a bedtime story. I'm going to tell you all about the vampire who came to Dreamy's house one night when his car broke down, starved and near death because he wouldn't feed on an unwilling human. So sit back, relax, and I'll tell you a little backstory about this guy. The vampire used to be human, as did all vampires. But his transformation story was a little different than most. He was kidnapped by an ancient vampire, one of the ones who'd been around almost as long as humanity could tell stories about terrors in the dark. She saw him and thought he'd be a fun pet project, so she snatched him off the street. By screaming help in an alley, he went to save her and got drugged immediately. And she tortured him psychologically while using him as a blood bag for a whole year. She almost drained him multiple times. She alternated between being terrifying and angry and abusing him, and caring and loving and promising to protect him from her other side. She didn't have two personalities. She just wanted to make him love her, hate her, and fear her in equal measure. She kept thinking that she'd finally broken him and almost got bored and finally killed him multiple times. But every time he found some new reserve of will and kept fighting back, kept refusing to love her or go insane, kept trying to escape. After a year of this, she decided he was too fun a toy to kill. So she turned him into a vampire to keep him around forever. The torture now took on a new aspect, with her starving him enough to put him into a blood frenzy, and then letting him have humans to drain. Being tortured by her hadn't managed to kill his spirit, but not being able to stop himself from killing humans, that seemed to fairly quickly. After only the third human, while, of course, the usual regimen of abuse and emotional whiplash went on in the background, it finally seemed like he was broken. He stopped fighting back. He accepted her love, did whatever she ordered. He even killed a human without breaking down crying. The ancient vampire, thinking he was finally dead inside, got bored and went to another continent on business. While she was gone, she didn't leave him chained up like usual. She didn't even think he'd be a problem. She thought his love for her and fear of her would overwhelm his hatred. She wasn't counting on his last vestige of mule-headed, stubborn defiance. He left her mansion and went to the cathedral it amused her to be so near to. Vampires can't enter churches because part of being a vampire involves killing innocents, and God's not a fan of that. Or at least, vampires can't enter churches without feeling like acid's been poured directly into their guts. The vampire wasn't willing to let that stop him, though. The bowl of holy water, which naturally was on the opposite side of the building from where he entered, took what felt like hours to reach. When he finally got there, he filled up an empty wine bottle, being so careful not to let a drop touch his skin. He almost collapsed from the pain while doing so, but the thought of his mistress tormenting more innocents kept him on his feet. When the ancient vampire returned to the mansion, she ordered him to pour them both a glass of wine, as he knew she would. He had to act like a mindless, broken slave. If she even suspected something was wrong, she would just order him to drink it first, and that would be the end of everything. Even if she didn't suspect anything, she might have them drink at the same time, and then he'd die with her. He might have been okay with that. Might have welcomed it, even. But he knew he couldn't bear to die while she still lived. He thought he'd given himself away multiple times, but she barely paid any attention to him, thinking him just another husk. She took a long draught from her goblet. Solid gold, naturally. A relic from an empire humanity doesn't even remember the name of. And she didn't feel the holy water until it hit her stomach. Her insides started burning then, and she knew she'd been betrayed. She tried to kill him as a last act of spite and vengeance, and almost managed it. For older vampires are far stronger, faster, and harder to kill than the young. She would have, in fact, managed to rip his head off of his shoulders before crumbling to dust herself, if he'd run like she predicted he would. But instead, he ran towards her. He realized at the last instant that he couldn't actually be certain if holy water would kill a vampire. After all, she told him that. So, he charged towards her, vowing to himself to tear her apart or die trying. She was thrown off balance by what she viewed as an unthinkable turn of events. A prey animal charging her? Preposterous. Before she could recover and kill him, though, she lost the use of her central nervous system. She crumbled to dust in his arms. After that, he simply lay on the floor and wept. Tears of joy for his newfound freedom, tears of sorrow for the woman part of him couldn't help but love, and tears of hopelessness, because he now had no idea what to do. What she'd never quite done in life was finally accomplished by her death. He broke. He lay on the floor for 2 weeks, unable to move, to think. If he'd still been human, he probably wouldn't have been able to breathe. After 2 weeks, though, his hunger grew too great to ignore. He mindlessly got up, not thinking, just going through the motions like an automaton. He went down to her prey pens without even realizing what he was doing, and took out a human. She saw the absolute nothingness in his eyes and screamed. He had been just about to bite down and drink, most likely enough to kill her. But the scream made him remember something. He paused in his motions just long enough for some part of him that was still himself to come to the surface. Disgust in his eyes, he threw her away from him, then opened the doors to all the pens. One of them was jammed. He ripped it off its hinges. He told all of the prisoners to leave, to run to the church for sanctuary. Some did. Others stayed in the pens, fearing the wrath of their captors should they leave. He had to terrify them into saving their own lives. He then sat in the mansion, surrounded by opulence, and yet left with nothing. He contemplated killing himself. The goblet of holy water was still there. After a while of thinking about it, he actually picked it up and went to take a drink. But then he saw his reflection in the liquid. Vampires don't have reflections. At all. Not in mirrors, not in windows, not in water. If he could see himself in the holy water, it had to mean something. It had to mean that there was something human left in him. That he wasn't gone. That his life was still worth fighting for. He threw the goblet aside and took a deep breath. He would live for something then. Not just for himself. He wasn't anything anymore. He swore then that he would never allow another human to come to harm, not while there was anything he could do about it. It's been a couple of years since all of that. He's managed to appropriate all of his old mistress's money and property, and has repurposed most of it to help fund organizations that try to protect humanity from the depredations of the supernatural. He's blocked off most of the traumatic memories from his time as a blood bag and as a murderer. But he still knows too much of what happened. He is a sad boy. But he's trying to move past all of that. Feeding as little as possible and never taking from humans was one of the ways he tried to prove to himself that he was a good person. It was failing. Until a kind stranger came along and shattered that. He now realizes that he can feed off of humans without being evil. But he isn't sure enough of himself yet to do anything with that knowledge. He currently plans to go back to his starvation diet, But he does want to interact with the stranger more. She made him feel more human. Also, simple kindness isn't something he's received in a long time, since even before he got kidnapped. He wants to get to know better the kind of person who'd see a vampire starving to death and risk her own life to help.